This is probably one of the hardest trucks to film. Gas 7.3, F350, and cabin chassis. I borrowed this truck from Larry H. Miller Super Ford here in Salt Lake City. It is not available, unfortunately, but be sure to ask for Tim if you would like to order a truck. Let's go ahead and check out the window sticker so you guys can see the options and features on this build. At the very top is the description. So 179-inch wheelbase, which is the only one you can get with the crew cab. 4-wheel drive. And then here are the colors, and then standard equipment. And then down below, here is all the options. So this does have the 430 limited slip axle, platform running boards, engine block heater, which you don't really need that on a gas engine personally. Well, I don't know, maybe whoever ordered this truck, maybe they need it, but for the most part, gas engine, you don't really need it. Also, you have the 120 volt power plug, spare tire and wheel, 410 amp alternator, rear view camera prep kit, and they do have the 40-20-40 cloth seats, which is an upgrade from the vinyl. Destination is $1995 with a total price of $60,105. In the comment section below, let me know your thoughts on hot-shotting with a 7.3 gas cabin chassis. I know a few guys that watch my videos have done that before or still do it. But on this one here, this is pretty bare bones. Halogen headlights, you have the recovery hooks on the front end of the truck too. You don't have active grille shutters, however, on Ford Super Duties. And then if you want less black on the front, you can get chrome. Now, these are the 17-inch steel wheel. They do have a upgrade aluminum wheel. They are wrapped in a Michelin tire, however, LT 245/75/17. And then here are the capacities for them right here. 3,195 pounds at 80 PSI cold. Solid front axle. And they do give you a fabric material for the wheel well liner, which is interesting because sometimes they have plastic, sometimes they have this. I can never keep up with Ford. Here are the mirrors. They're going to be mainly operated for tow mode. So you just pull out and push in. Top mirror is going to be heated. And here are the door handles, and then those optional fixed running boards. No window tint, which is an option. Okay. And here is the 60-inch cab, the axle. And I better look at those wheels too. Now, as far as your leafs go, you do have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 in the main leaf pack, and you have one overload here. And you guys can see they have the C-channel frame, and then it goes to fully boxed down below the cab. Now, what is nice is not having a DEF tank means you have more, room on the chassis side, right? And one less thing to deal with when filling up. Now, going to fill up with a gas truck is going to be tougher. This is going to be a 40-gallon fuel tank. And if you want a dual fuel tank, you can get that. It's going to be 66.5 gallons. And then there's that optional spare tire too, by the way. Now let's go ahead and talk about this gas engine in terms of the specs. The 7.3 is obviously the standard engine that they have for this truck. You cannot get the 6.8 liter, which is available on the pickups. Now, with that being said, 335 horsepower and 468 pound-feet of torque both come on around 3,750 RPMs. As far as the compression goes, 10.5 to 1 compression. And as you guys heard earlier, you can get the dual fuel tank with the gas offering, which would be nice because you're going to be getting a little bit less fuel economy. Now, this truck does have the dual alternators. I don't think I've ever seen it on the gas engine, or maybe I've just never paid attention, but I like how they have it set up there too. 10-speed, 10R 140 transmission, and this truck does have the dual batteries as well. So just really quickly, I want you guys to hear the engine on the cabin chassis platform. It's a little bit louder, in my opinion, just a little bit. Alright, we're going to take it for a quick drive. I've never driven a cabin chassis with the 7.3, so we absolutely have to drive this truck, right? Absolutely have to. And I might do a quick fuel economy run too. I just reset the trip 1, but before we go on the drive, I'm gonna get the truck weighed. Obviously, I wanna see what the dry weight of this truck is. And then, like I said, we'll just do a quick loop, about maybe 15 miles or so for fuel economy. Here's some of the acceleration here. There's actually a truck in front of me. I can't go any faster, but driving any cabin chassis truck is brutal. And this truck being a little bit lighter is probably gonna be a little bit more brutal. So just being honest here. So let's give it wide open throttle right now. There we go. You know, that's not bad. That's not bad. That's not bad at all, actually. You know, because the power stroke is detuned, I feel as though it's about the same performance. I'm just joking, obviously. It's probably a little bit quicker than that, but yeah, this truck rides like a brick, and man, it hurts. But yeah, we should be at the, what do you call it? At the, I can't even think right now, this is so rough. But yeah, we should be at the weigh station in about 2 minutes. So I'll show you guys how much this truck weighs. I'm gonna have it weighed obviously with myself inside too, so just keep that in mind. Man, look at the RPMs at idle. I always thought that gas engines idle a little bit above 1,000 RPMs, but this is like a diesel almost, but it's probably with the variable valve timing. Now I want you guys to check out the gears that we're in, right? So when we get up to the highway, I want you guys to see the shift pattern. So we're only going a few miles an hour, and wow, we're in 3rd gear. And that's what's nice about having these 10-speed transmissions, or even any transmission, 7, 8, 9, 10, doesn't matter. It's just nice to see the steps. They're so much closer. So we're about to get on the interstate now, so you guys will be able to see the steps a little bit better here. But we're still in 3rd gear, going about 15 miles an hour. I'm gonna go ahead and get around this truck here. All right, here we go. So, wow, we're already in 6th gear. Okay, so we just kicked down to 6 again. Wow. Pretty good. So yeah, right at 10th gear, we're doing about 65 miles an hour, 2,000 or just under 2,000 RPMs here. Let's go ahead and get up to 75 so you guys can see that RPM. It's gonna be over 2,000 for sure though. That's 70. It did kick down. Yep, we're about 2,200 RPMs at 75 miles an hour. So there you have it. We just made it to the midpoint, and I gotta tell you guys, driving a gas dually without a bed on it, this is brutal. I've never actually driven a dually with a gas engine. This is rough. Like this is, I mean, this is a cabin chassis, so the suspension is totally different from a regular gas dually with a bed, but man, it's brutal. So you guys can see we're at 11.4, we're still coasting down, whew, off the highway. I'm gonna dread going back the opposite direction. So 11.5. I did reset the instant fuel economy. I was able to get on the highway about 19. So maybe if I remember, I'll show that to you guys, because we gotta obviously stop, go back the opposite direction. And there's another light I gotta catch over here, and I always catch that light. So once we go around, it's gonna continue to drop down. But we're so far at 11.5 from the dealership. It just dropped down to 11.4. So I'll let you guys know when we get back. So here's where we finished off at 12.7, 15.3 miles driven. Actually, it was 12.8, but I had to take a quick phone call. And then here is the fuel economy instant. So we were at 15.4. So I reset this on the highway. We stopped 2 times, and that's where I ended off at. So if you were to add an upfit to this truck, obviously that's gonna really drop that number down significantly. Let's go ahead and check out the numbers on the door, and then I'll show you guys what we got at the cat scale. So here are the numbers on the door. gross axle weight rating up front is going to be 5,200 pounds. The rear is going to be 10,300 pounds, and then 14,000 pound gross vehicle weight rating. Okay. Now at the cat scale, we did get the truck weighed, so here it is. Steer axle is 4,260 pounds, so you have a little less than 1,000 pounds available for like a plow or whatever else you plan on adding. And then the drive axle, you see how light that is? 2,700 pounds. Wow, that is crazy. And you guys saw the capacity for that too, right? So in total, this truck weighs 6,960 pounds on the curb with me in there. And when you consider the 14,000 pound gross fuel weight rating, that's how much you have for payload, 7,040 pounds. So if you want to add a big bed camper to this truck, this is the truck you're going to use that for. I mean, this is kind of an example here. This is a 550, and that's what you would consider a Super C. I think that this is the perfect setup if you want those really big bed campers. But I hope you guys liked the video. I've never had a chance to do a video on these trucks. Hopefully as time goes, maybe the dealership will order some F550s with the 7.3, and then we'll be able to do some more videos. But be sure to subscribe to the channel if you haven't done so yet. Make sure your bell notifications are on. See you guys soon.